Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the preview show of Anita on this coming Friday, which happens to be October 11th of 2024. Let's begin the preview show. First race. They're going 1 mile. By the way, there are only 8 races at Santa Anita on this Friday. Very devastated about that. But unfortunately, without horses, you can't really run races unless if you just want to imagine that they're running or use a simulcast and pretend that they're running there or something. It sucks. And as myself, I wish that there were more than 8 races a day. But if we were running 5 days a week, I'd also be happy with 8 races a day because, 5 days a week, it's a lot of horses that you got to use. Anyways, beginning in the first race, my top selection will be the number 6, who happens to be also the morning line favorite at 4-5 on the Equinox. Ridden by Juan Hernandez, Craig Lewis is the trainer. This horse went out at a mile on the turf earlier at Del Mar on the 6th of September. In a $75,000 maiden, this happens to be a $54,000, so dropping down in class by $21,000. Came in third by 2.5 lengths that time out and put up a time of 1:36. Well, that was the winning time, so 2.5 lengths off. That's about 1:36 and 5 or so. Before that, ran 5 furlongs and also did pretty well. Put 57 seconds up as the winning time. Under Antonio Fresu, came in second by a length and a quarter on that occasion. My second pick is Glacier Rim, the number 1. Has been running in mile races, has yet to break the maiden. Has had about 7 starts at a mile, and has had 8 career starts total. The best occasion was 2 starts ago at Del Mar on August 16th in a $75,000 maiden, once again also dropping down in class, and lost by just a nose. This field does seem to be quite strong also, and these fillies and mares, I think it's just fillies. Oh no, fillies and mares, but I believe it's only fillies in this field, yeah. So only fillies. All these fillies, they do have some shot of winning. Of course, the Glacier Rim did lose on the Equinox last time out, and I believe it was about 2 lengths away or so from on the Equinox, maybe a little less. Moving on to the second race, 6 furlongs, $10,000 claimer for 3-year-olds and upward. Non-winners of a race since August 11th. Exactly 1 month ago. My top pick will be the number 4, Sunrise Journey. Written by Kyle Frey. Librado Baricio. My apologies if I butchered that name terribly. As the trainer. Going 6 furlongs, this horse has done once back on June 9th. In fact, I was at Santa Anita that day. And I do somewhat vaguely remember this race. This was a $20,000 optional claiming. It came in 4th, 4 lengths off. If we look at the last performances this horse put up, was another 4th by 4 3/4 at Los Alamitos at 5.5 furlongs in a $20,000 optional claimer. But we look at a $10,000 race that this horse ran on August 4th at Del Mar. He only came in second by a length and a half. So there's definitely potential for a Sunrise Journey. My second pick is the number 8, Cahoon Brother, who is also the favorite. Edwin Maldonado is riding, and Jeff Mullins is training. This horse went out in that same $12,500 race with Sunrise Journey earlier. Oh no, my apologies. That is a little earlier than that, though. This horse had a start before that. What was it? The 16th of August. Yeah, that was the last start, in fact, for that horse, but no, they ran together on the 4th of August. My apologies, I'm a little confused here. Yes, the 4th of August, in which Cahoon Brother did win on that occasion by a length and a half to Sunrise Journey. So, Cahoon Brother may be a little faster than Sunrise Journey, but it'll all pan out as the race goes on. Moving on to the third race, $6,000. A maiden claiming of $20,000. My top selection will be the number 5, Kiss Me You Fool. Hasn't done much really, but has been hanging around the $20,000 mark. Decided to go up by $10,000, and actually that was the best performance that this horse had on July 7th at Los Alamitos. 111 for 6 furlongs in a $30,000. Came in second by only a length and a half. But Tiago Pereiro will be the rider with Steve Knapp training. Now this horse definitely, he's got some good potential. I mean, the sire is idiot proof. I'd always bet on idiot proof if I'd gotten into horse racing before idiot proof decided to retire, I guess. Although it was only a $3,000 investment. I would only play idiot proof because of the name. Because I myself may or may not be an idiot. Anyways, staying around the $20,000 mark, and to be honest, I think this is the right place for this horse to be. Maybe in a $15,000, but how many $15,000 races will you see? Not too many. My second pick will be the number 6. Another favorite, unfortunately. My apologies. Okasek. My apologies once again. I probably butchered that name also. Ran on the 15th of September at Los Alamitos at 6 furlongs in a $20,000 race. 112 was the time of winner, which if you think about it, it's a very slow pace. Like, they're pretty much crawling. But came in second, 3 1/4 lengths off, and he was in front at the 5/8 maybe, I guess. Or 5/8, whatever. Was just 4.5 or 4 to 5 wide and didn't do anything there. So this horse is going to be on the 6th gate. So we'll see what happens from that. Moving on into the 4th race. 1 mile and an 1/8 on the turf. $25,000 non-winners of 2 lifetime claiming event for 3-year-olds and upward, which I've never won 2. My top selection in this 4th race is the number 3. Size does matter. The main reason is last time that this horse ran at a mile and an 1/8 was in the Snow Chief and put up 4th by a length and a quarter. At Del Mar, he ran out at a mile and a 16th in a 20,000 optional claim and came in 5th, 3 1/2 lengths off. But that time was 1 minute and 42, which is not fast, but not slow either. It's a good pace for a mile and a 16th. This horse is also getting blinkers, which could mean something or could not mean something. We'll find out also later on. Now, I'd like to throw in Circle of Champions into this pick, even though I'm not working with Circle of Champions. This horse ran at Del Mar last time on August 22nd in a $25,000 claimer. 135 was the time, came in second by a nose. To, I believe that's Jack Kerouac. I may be wrong, though. But he's in a later race, actually. I do remember taking a look at his name. But my second pick will be Night Owl, number 7. Phil D'Amato and Juan Hernandez. Ran to Del Mar last time at a mile on the turf in an $80,000 optional claiming and came in 6 1/4 lengths off. Now, this horse came from Churchill prior to that, and before that was at Laurel for one race, and then was at Finger Lakes before. So this horse has been all over the place, and maybe the owners just want to try and get this horse to run at every track in America. You don't know. But this horse has finally decided to drop back down to a lower class. I personally believe that this horse can probably compete in a $50,000 optional claiming or claiming race, but 25,000 will definitely be very good for Night Owl. So definitely be on the lookout for him. Into the 5th race, 1 mile, maiden claiming of $20,000 for fillies and mares 3, 4, and 5. So that means no 6-year-olds allowed, or 2-year-olds for that matter. But my top selection in this one will be the number 5, Auditory. Hasn't gone out at a mile on the dirt, but went on the turf and came in 6, 7 and a quarter lengths off. Now, Audible was a dirt horse for my recollection. But this horse ran out at 6 furlongs in a $50,000 maiden and came in 3rd, 7 and a quarter lengths off. Maybe the extra 2 furlongs won't be that big of a variable for this horse, even though it's only 440 yards. So consider 4 football fields plus another 40 yards. Not that much, you know? Of course, whenever I'm watching football, 100 yards seems like a mile to me. And when I'm at school, I'm always thinking I ran around this field 4 times to run a mile. If I would compare my mile times with these horses, I would be not even at a trotting pace for these horses. So it's amazing to think that horses can go so much faster than humans can. My second pick, Pancho Barnes. Went out a mile last time at Del Mar on August 29th in a maiden 20,000 claimer under Kazushi Kimura. I've just taken a look and I realized that there's an apprentice that's being thrown on top of Pancho Barnes. So, Raheem Jazim has had 1 start in 2024. Might have been his first ever start. I don't know when he started. I've never heard of him. But there's always hope. I did see Pancho Barnes run at Del Mar on the 9th. That was the day that I actually did meet Trevor. And he was actually, when we were talking about something that I don't remember off the top of my head, he was telling me like how he memorizes horses. I think that was what the conversation was, yeah. And I couldn't really explain to you how he memorized it. Well, I could probably explain to you right now actually how he memorized it. So he said so he looks at the silks that are listed on here. So right here it says white, navy blue yoke, orange hoop, orange on. So he said, okay, Pancho Barnes, fight with the barn, fighting makes blood, orange blood, or something. I don't remember actually. I think there are different silks, but it's something like that. When I'm memorizing a field, I always just repeat the horse's name over and over until I have it in the back of my head and I won't forget it. Even though when I'm calling a race, I'll always hold the program in one hand and then hold the binoculars in the other hand. So, works for me. Of course, though, I also use crayons to help me out in a 3-wide situation or something. But yeah, so for that race, that'll be the 5 and 2 for me. Moving on to the 6th race. 6 furlongs on the turf. Optional claiming event for $20,000 for Calbreds, fillies and mares, 3-year-olds and upward, which have never won $20,000 once other than a maiden claiming or a starter, or which have never won 2 races or claiming price of $20,000. A lot of numbers and words that make no sense. Anyways, my top pick in this 6th race will be the number 5, Nene Diamond, 5-2 morning line. Francisco Garcia is the trainer, and Juan Hernandez, who's had 42 mounts in the 2 weeks that Santa Anita's been running. I have to think about that for a moment. 42 mounts. There's been, 6 days of racing or so. Each day has had 10 races. Maybe less, like we'll say, 10 races is good. Well, technically 9.5 if you want to get down to it. So we'll say 9.5, then 6 times 9.5, 54, plus another 30 is 84 races. Roughly, Santa Anita's had 84 races. Juan Hernandez has had half of those mounts. Or has had a mount in half of those races. You can see how much Juan Hernandez is valued down in Southern California, and in general, he's valued everywhere, wherever he may go. In fact, I do remember Juan Hernandez came up here to Pleasanton to run he was on a horse in the Pleasanton Mile. I think that was his only mount of the day. He might have had a mount earlier, too, and I think he had it in the Oaks also, the Pleasanton Oaks. I don't remember, though. But N.A. Diamond ran on September 5th at Del Mar, 5 furlongs on the turf in a $20,000 optional claiming race. Came in second by a nose in that event to, I think that's Diamond, I have no idea. It's Diamond something girl, I think. Diamond BR girl, I'm not sure. Anyways, but put up 57 seconds, which they weren't flying exactly, but that's still a pretty good time when you think about it. 57 seconds, that's good. My second pick is in the gate over. Dory Miller, number 4. Ran in on the 20th of September in a 6.5 furlong race, and it was a claiming event for $25,000. She put up 117 and was going away by 2.5 lengths. So not a bad time or anything, but 6.5 should be about 116 or so, a little around that time. But 117 is actually, now that I think about it, 117 is quite slow actually. But still can compete at Santa Anita in a $20,000 optional claiming. But this horse ran out on the turf last time out. At a mile, so we'll disregard that. On the 15th of August, Dory Miller ran in a 5 furlong race, put up 57 and 3, and the winning time was 57 and 3. It came in 5th, 2 1/4 lengths off. So we'll see how the turf plays out for Dory Miller. 7th race, 5.5 furlongs, maiden claiming of $50,000. My top pick is the number 4 Packs a Punch, who will probably be at lower odds than 5-2, so expect probably close to 2-5 or something, so those numbers will flip. But this horse ran at $50,000, 5 furlongs at Los Alamitos, came in second, 2 lengths off. Earlier at Del Mar on the 5th of September in a $50,000, came in third, 6 lengths off. Now, whenever I play a maiden race, I always sometimes struggle with it because, like, if I'm playing a track that I don't know much about, like some random track in the Midwest or something, like, we'll say Delta Downs, and I'm looking at a maiden field, and I don't know any of the trainers, I don't know any of the jockeys, I know no one in those races, I don't even know the horses. So I usually just watch the race and pretend that I did something, but I didn't. And I hate maiden races for 2 reasons. As a race scholar, you always have to memorize the horses' names, and they've never run before, so you don't know who they are, what they're going to do, or anything. And the second reason is that, from a player's perspective, it's very difficult to pick a winner. So sometimes you may just go with the crowd and hope for the best, just pray for a miracle. My second pick is the number 8, Silverado Storm. Went out on September 1st at 6 furlongs in a $75,000, came in 19 lengths off in 7th. Earlier went at 5.5 furlongs in a $75,000 maiden, and came 11 lengths off in 7th on August 10th. Now, you're probably thinking to yourself, you must be nuts, Matt. You are correct. I'm playing a first-time gelding hunch on Silverado Storm. I've seen 3 races in which there is a first-time gelding, and every time, 2 of those times actually, the horse won, and another time the horse I think came in 3rd or something. So they all hit the board every time. So, is it luck? Or is it thought? I don't know. We'll see if the luck continues with the hunches and everything. Anyways, the 8th race is the final race of the day. 1 mile on the turf, $50,000 allowance. Put the number 2 on top, Mongolian Altai. Exactly the same reason that I said prior. So, Mongolian Altai, first time gelding. I'm not even going to talk about the past performances. They're terrible. Although, on the 8th of September at Del Mar, on a 1 mile and 1/16th and a $50,000, Mongolian Altai came in 3rd, 4 lengths off. So, if you're like a show player, you'll get like $8 for 15-1. Or if this horse goes off at longer odds. Now, I do want to throw in Lahaina Flavor, who's coming off of a layoff. No, excuse me, not a layoff. Is getting blinkers on. I just saw the Lasix and I thought layoff. My apologies on that. But is coming in with blinkers. And to be honest, I think the blinkers are unnecessary. This horse hits the board without blinkers, just needs the Lasix. What I do remember from last year is that this horse ran in the last race of the summer meet at Del Mar in 2023 and won it too. That's how I remember. But we'll put the number 4 in as my second pick. Phosphorcine. Phosphorcine. I have no idea. I'll need to put it into some text-to-speech program so I can get help on that. But Michael McCarthy is the trainer. Juan Hernandez is the rider. $50,000 last time in a 1 1/16 at Del Mar on the 8th of September. 1:42 is the winning time, and 1 by nose to someone else. I don't know who. But Mongolian Altai was also in that race and came in 3rd on that occasion. So, Phosphor and Sense put up an 85 speed figure. Mongolian Altai put up an 80. Not a big difference. But anyways, the last race for me will be the number 2 over the 4. I hope you have fun at Santa Anita, whether you are at the track or watching at home, wherever you may be situated currently, or wherever you will be situated on Friday during the races at Santa Anita. I wish you good luck at Santa Anita. Hopefully my picks have influenced you in the way of thinking about betting. In the meantime, this is Matt Krikorian. I'm wishing you good luck and have fun at Santa Anita.